shout out to my dog Jay, man. Like when Jay went out to Portland, that trip was so important for everybody. I don't think he understand that, man. Like just seeing him there, because we all know how much it meant to him.
Yeah.
And just seeing Jay out there and reading Jay's post and just seeing how happy and excited Jay was, and then just seeing everybody that he met, and then for him to bring it back home, and he was like, bro, everything that you've been telling me, man, like it finally clicked.
Yeah.
And so now, we about to end. We about to end the year off strong in 2024, man. It's about to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel it. I see it.
Jay, do you want to talk about Portland?
Yeah. Portland was definitely it was full circle for me, because it's like one of those places you just dream about going your whole life. Like I didn't really know what Disney World was growing up when I was a kid, because I just didn't. Until like once my grandfather, he took some of my cousins, and then I was like, oh wow, that's a place. But growing up, I always knew what Nike headquarters was. Because it's just, I mean, these athletes that we grew up, especially in the 90s, like we were just privileged to have like a shit ton of athletes. Like I don't need to laundry list them, but I finally make it to Portland, and shout out to my brother Deontay, bro. Really, how that situation even came about. Like, I think I went to go see Nas, and I was just like, man, that's a bucket list. Like, I seen Jay-Z a handful of times, but, I love Jay like the rest of the world does, but seeing Nas was just like, this is who my father figure in my life introduced me to music was Nas. So it was like, man, I finally get to see Nas in real life. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just on Instagram talking about, man, that's a bucket list moment. The last thing on my list is making it to Nike headquarters, and Tay was just
the
like,
last thing you been hitting your buckets like that.
Yeah, and that been hitting them fast too. Pause. Bro.
Hey,
yo. But yeah, he was like, man, it's time to like we gotta start aiming at higher targets, man. It's a place you could have been if you would have just took some initiative. Cause I have a friend. He used to work at Alliance Data here, and he's been a designer there he's closing in on 5 years. I could have been just shot a text or something like, yo, can I stay a few nights at your spot and come check out campus? I could have been did that, but life was life in me too. And Deontay was just like, bro, like I'm over it. Like let's wipe this out so we can aim at some new targets. And he booked the flight, didn't even tell me until he did it. He actually talked to my wife before he did it, just to make sure, because I'll drag my feet, and I got to be near my kids. I'm one of them dads. Like, you see me, you see my kids, bro. My kids is everywhere I'm at, and sometimes they places they ain't supposed to be, but if they can't be there, I'm probably not supposed to be there either. So that's really how I move. But, long story less long, I got out there, and it was just... I don't know. That first day was emotional. The second day was cool, but the first day was just like you looking around. And it's just like I've always wondered what this place looked like, and it's definitely incredible. Cause like when it comes to Nike, it's not just about like the products. It's the stories. It's how a lot of these designers develop these products and how they come to life. And I be knowing a lot of facts that's just like, how did you even know that about shoes? Like. And when it comes to this shoe thing,
you was in that environment, you was spitting those facts. Yeah. It was like, damn.
So it's just like, oh wow, you're really about this swoosh life.
Yeah.
I mean, if we keep it in the stack, bro, I used to get made fun of for being into shoes. Now it's kind of like anywhere in my community, people see my face and they know me. They want to uplift me, and it's just kind of like it just all goes back to just you need to have the courage and the power to be yourself. Because if you yourself at all times, when the trends come and go and things come back around, like, bro, you still stood on your principles and who you are.
Yeah.
So going to campus was cool, but then on that second day, I went to go meet. Well, I didn't know that I was just chilling in the Michael Jordan building, and one of the OGs that from Jordan Brand that comes and taps in with us regularly here and there at Soul Classics. He just happened to walk in the building, and he was surprised to see me. And
oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know if it was set up that way or something, but
world,
Mr. Howard White. So Mr. Howard White is the guy that solely recruited Michael Jordan to Nike.
Okay.
I guess they had it set up for me to meet him. So when I I'm chilling in the lobby. Just my friend has a meeting in there, so I'm not authorized to go in that building because he's a Tucson, bro. Yeah. So Tucson comes back down, gets me, is like, all right, I can get you in. So we go up there. As soon as I get up there, this lady, gets to helping me wipe my hands. She wiping. I'm looking at Tucson like, why is this lady doing this? I can wipe my own hands and all that, and giving me a mask. And she's just like, we've been waiting on you for some years now. Like,
what?
Yeah, right. Like, we know about we know your backstory. We've just been paying attention to your story for a long time now, and we weren't sure when you would make it to campus, but I mean, you're here now, and we're happy to have you. So
Damn.
she went in the back, grabbed the book, gave it to me. I look at it. It's Mr. Howard White. I'm like, oh, cool. This is dope. I can't wait to read this. I still don't know what's on the horizon. And my friend is looking like, he says it to the lady like, he doesn't have any idea who he's about to meet and who he's about to sit with. And then we walk into his office, and this man basically, he gives me a long lecture about myself, but again, making the long story less long, it's just a lot of stuff like my older brothers, like far as the brotherhood, like that's my older brother. I don't introduce him to people as my friend. Like, my kids call him Uncle Dez. Like, we can't afford to fall out in friendship because, now my son is like, why you don't talk to Uncle Dez? Like, it don't work like that. Like, when we have issues amongst the brotherhood, like, we repair them, we fix them, and we move forward. So, Mr. White, he told me, he's just like, well, I know more about you than you think I know. He's like, when some people tend to tell you about yourself, they you tend to say, well, you haven't been through what I've been through. How can you tell me about me?
Yeah.
And he was just like, I've been through everything. Because he's a heart transplant survivor, too. Yeah. So he was like, you're not going to use that excuse on me. So then, he kind of just went back to saying a lot of things that Dez and Deontay and everyone else, Darrell, everyone has been saying. It was just like, well, all right, now it's not really anything I can say now. I just gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Pause. And it was just full circle. That kind of gave me assurance that was something that God orchestrated for me. Because it's like, I'm at Nike, but at the end of the day, if we like, you only gonna hear this from me. When you go to Nike campus, at the end of the day, it still feels like you're at somebody's job.
Right.
Like, there's still corporate buildings. Like, the first floor is always pretty nicely decorated, but I done got into a lot of those buildings, and when you go up to like even second floor on up, it's just a bunch of designers
Cubicles.
and a lot of that. But that was probably the full circle moment for me, to where I was able to come back all the way home and try to apply some of those teachings that Dez and the rest of them have been just implementing and speaking life into me. But sometimes you don't know your potential until it's just like
right in your face, man.
That, and just living life, and you give up on yourself, and then you get a reminder, and you get a reminder, and you get a reminder, and it's just kind of like, this is meant for you to step into. When are you going to accept it? And I think the time is now.
And this is kind of something I wanted to touch on between both of y'all. It's just because like I said, y'all are both very influential people, but you are you. You know what I mean? So you don't understand everything below you, and you strive for everything above you. So everything below you, it's a lot more than you think. You know what I mean? Myself included. We got a lot of shit going for us that a lot of people just don't understand. Yeah. And that's why they put us on a pedestal, or they appreciate us for what we do. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say put us on a pedestal, but they appreciate us for what we do. Yeah. So we don't understand where our value lies until you get faced with an opportunity that you just nail. You understand? So once you like your whole life, these last 17, 18 years since you've been an adult, right? You've been gaining experience, right? Meeting people, right? Understanding how to navigate things differently. So once that opportunity hits you right in the face, you know what I mean, and you nail it, that was all preparation. Your whole history in your life, your whole life story was just there to get you going where you needed to go. You heard?
Yeah.